Welcome, welcome, welcome. Charles McCutcheon, I'm your favorite entrepreneur. Today we're going to talk about how to do commercial real estate. And I think you should learn commercial just because of the market is going to crash for one. But for two, I think we all need to know all it is to know about real estate, not just one type of real estate, not just residential. Because you can actually lose a deal because you don't know what to do with it or you never saw it before. And you can have a great deal in your midst and you're like, wow, what do I do with this thing? Can I wholesale? Like, what can I do? So I'm going to talk about how to do real estate. And I talk about with little money out of your pocket. There's a lot of different ways to do it. And this is just going to be the way that I do it personally. So nobody can take it from me because I know we're going to have those people that, well, you can do it this way. But here you go, family. So this is my disclaimer. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not providing any type of legal advice. That's not what I do. Always go to the experts. I'm just going to provide general information, provide insight. I just really want people to get up and move. That's the goal for anything that I do. Get up, get your behind up and move. Disclaimer. Per the Securities Exchange Commission, you cannot solicit funds from people you have no prior relationship with. I'm not soliciting funds. So I'm just really giving information. That's all I'm doing. So if you were to do it, you have to make sure that you can first establish a relationship with that person. But look at the rules. This is who I am, family. As I say, I'm your best-selling author, a real estate investor. I'm working on the cannabis thing, the government contracting, the nonprofit helping homeless veterans. I'm out there. I'm hungry. I don't know about everybody else. People say, well, you're doing too much. I hear people say that. But then I look at, we follow those same people who have seven different companies and, in all these different industries. And we look at those people and follow their lives. I'm like, why can't we do more than one thing? So I think a lot of people get it confused when they look at what I do and they say, they think I just started all this stuff. Negative. I've been in this game for years. It made me an animal. It's rules to this stuff. I wrote me a manual. No, it's a lot. I've been in this industry, especially like the real estate industry. Oh my God, before the bubble busted, put it that way. Way before the bubble busted. But I've lived through it. So I can say, I do this. This is a book. And everybody should write a book. And I put this out in any industry that I'm in. You know, I say write a book. You don't know what's gonna happen with that book. So with the book, what it allows you to do is get speaking engagement. So speaking, you can speak for free. You can write a book for free. So I just gave y'all two free ways to make money. Those are two streams of income. Bang bang, stop playing. This is just information. So these are some of the deals that I'm involved in. Some of them I'm helping, some of them I'm brokering, some of them I'm a part of, some of them I'm doing myself. It's just information. So my goal is to get a percentage of everything that I do. Why not? It's out there for the taking, family. We can all do it. You just got to put forth the effort and get around good people. So I do commercial because there's less competition, higher cash on cash return. It's easy to wholesale. You can use LoopNet. You can call brokers. You can use direct mail. You can get information from other people. People call me up and say, hey, Charles, I got this deal. And so that's how I get a lot of things that I'm involved in. I keep myself networking. And I say to everybody out there, continue to network like there's nobody's business. I don't like going to those meetings, but I do. It sucks. Somebody has to do it. I don't need any agents when I do this because I can use direct mail to go straight to the owner. Uh, Units create more money to me. I had a lady say that she make more in a single family. I'm like that. I mean, I'm no mathematician or anything like that, but having, let's just use 10 units, 10 people paying rent, vice one person paying rent. What would you rather have? I mean, the numbers just don't add up to me. I still do residential. Don't get it twisted. As y'all saw, I'm doing some residential right now. But it's, if I have the choice, and if I can go back in time, I would do commercial. And I just did 27% of the asking price when I'm looking at the commercial, 20% down. And that's for some people. Now there's different ways to do the funding, and I'll tell you that way as well. So I get private investors to work with me, and along the deal, personally, I can make 1 to 5% as my acquisition fee when I do deals. But if you doing it this way, I heard a lady say, well, it's not that easy. It's not about being easy. It's about you putting yourself out there so people know what you do, so you sound intelligent, so you can package up a deal and you can get a deal to people that want to invest with you. You can't just say, and I see people on social media all the time, any private money out there, which is illegal. And then the other piece of it is they don't know you. You haven't done anything. You haven't packaged anything up. You haven't formed any type of relationship. And so people are not just going to be forthcoming. Yeah, let me just drop this $100,000 on you. Doesn't work that way, family. I'm sorry. I wish it was easier. That's just me. So making an offer on a property. These are terms right here. And so when people hit me up with their deals and say, hey, Charles, look at this deal, they don't have none of this stuff, and I'm just like, ugh. It's harder to try to do a commercial deal when you don't know the numbers. So you can't just have, well, the property's 1.2 million and they're asking 1.2 million and it's a 30 unit. It's just that's not enough information, family. And when we're speaking like to brokers and stuff, and these terms right here come into play. Like if you don't know these terms, stop right there. Let's go back and start studying a little bit. Put some time in, even on the weekend. Some people say they work in a 9 to 5. Get it, been there, done that. But if you want this, you have to put some time in to understand what this is. Cash flow, cash on cash return. Oh my, that's like huge. That is huge, y'all. So, making money, private money. I love using private money. I don't like using my money if I don't have to. You have to get some type of experience. You got to spend some time in the books, spend some time on YouTube, spend some time with people that do it. The reason I really like doing it because there are not a lot of people that do commercial. I mean, it's just not. You go to your local real estate investment meeting, I would say 98%, probably 90, I don't know, 95% of people in there. Everybody's doing flips and wholesales and things like that, which is nothing wrong with that because I'll do it. I'll tell you I'll do it. But if given the choice, because you still put in the same amount of work per se, there's different terminology that you use with the commercial, but the work is the same. And nobody's getting around doing work, family. It's not going to happen. I don't care how great you think you are. You still got to put this work in to go get it. So I bring up private money. And a lot of people get it confused. They think just because they think they have a good deal. One is people don't know how to package up deals. You just have a deal out there that you don't know how great the deal is, but you expect people. Well, nobody wants to give me private money for my deal. I'm just going to use hard money. Everybody wants you to use hard money, and you do what you do. I'm not mad at you. All I'm saying is first try to use the other ways, but you don't know what you don't know, meaning that you could be in your own way, meaning that you could be trying to sell a deal that's not a deal, or you could be trying to tell people about a deal that you don't sound educated enough, or the numbers don't work out for them because you haven't worked the numbers out and you're not allowing your investors to eat. You have to feed your investors. If you're not feeding your investors, they might not want to work with you. I'm just saying, I'm talking from experience. So you can attract the private money by being around people who understand investing. Go to these events. People want to invest. A lot of people don't use business credit. I don't know why, but well, I know why. A lot of people just don't understand it. People don't understand that you can actually get funded, get money based on your employment identification number, not using your credit score or your social security number. But, a lot of people don't want to learn. Some people still trying after 3 years. Good luck with that. Exit strategy. You have to know how to get out of the deal. What are you going to use? What are you going to do? Some people have 1031 exchanges. They're looking to put their money somewhere. They have a limited number of time. And I'm not going to throw numbers out at you, but they have a limited number of time to put their money out there to keep making money. If you're not in front of them, if you're not networking, if you don't sound intelligent, it won't come to you. You have to know what the heck you're talking about. You have to provide documentation, and the numbers have to make sense. And if it makes sense, it can make dollars. There's such a thing called non-recourse loans. And a lot of people don't even touch non-recourse because they don't even know what the heck it is. And it's like it's money that's if something were to happen in a deal, they're not coming after you as a person. They can come after the asset. Would you rather them come after you or the asset? I would rather them come after the asset. And that's why I have business credit as well. Same reasons apply. So these are some other exit strategies. You can just be a bird dog. And I know some of that's illegal in some states. I'll figure out what states you're in and if they allow the terminology bird dog. Or we can just say you're helping people to get deals. Call it what you want. I don't. Just find out your laws where you are and then figure that piece out. You can wholesale a deal. You can, right now I'm doing a hold and then you refi later, or you do a hold and you sell it, or again, you see the 1031 exchange out there. A lot of people want to reposition. That takes a little bit of time when you want to reposition, and you're going to fix up the property in a sense. You can go from a one bedroom to two bedrooms, and what does that take? That's why always have some. I'm gonna have on here your team, your power team. You're supposed to be working with general contractors, electricians, and everything like that. You go to your local real estate meeting, y'all. I don't care if you have to drive 2 hours away. Go find these people. They're out there. They want the work. You just have to put it in front of them. So where are you getting this money from? This is like number one to me. Like in real estate, number one to me is finding out where the money is up front. Everybody who bring deals to me that want to do deals, they'll be like, hey, I got this plot of land. Hey, I got this empty building. Hey, I got this house I want to get. Okay, where's the money coming from? Let's discuss that up front. I mean, have you thought through it? And what's your exit strategy? You want to get this thing, but the money's out there. There's no shortage of money. 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 There's no shortage. You have to continue to tell yourself that until it starts to sink in and be like, wow, there really is no shortage of money. All these people, have this funding. They're looking for a good deal to dump their money in. Start asking questions. What are you invested? What's your like a great investment to you? Just ask them and find out what they say. A lot of people got money in their 401ks just sitting. People got money all over the place, just sitting doing nothing. Ask the question. So these are more terms you should know. If you don't know cash on cash return, cap rate, NOI, you are doing yourself and the people that you're working with a disservice. You're not in family. Take some time to actually get in the books. A lot of us want it easy. A lot of us want to do a deal like yesterday. I would rather get educated than do a deal. And I tell the people I work with, get educated on this stuff. I feel this is the case. Applied knowledge is the new money. Applied knowledge. You have to apply what you learn. We have to continue to keep learning, but you have to do something with the knowledge. I don't care if some of the greatest so-called gurus were teaching you. If you don't apply what you have, it doesn't matter where you get the information from. It doesn't matter what type of information you have. Apply it. That's what makes a bigger difference. So there's deals all over the doggone place. If you're not out there and people don't know you do real estate, then they won't send you anything. If you're out there and everybody you speak to, you're telling people, hey, I do real estate. I do real estate. I do real estate. I tell everywhere I go, people know I do real estate. That's why I would tell you back in the day, I used to have to go out just like everybody else and go some sweat equity and doing everything up under the sun to try to get, introduced to deals or get in front of deals and things like that. Now people call me, hey, Charles, I got this deal. And they call me from all over the country. I got this deal. I want you to know, what do you think I should do with it? Or what do you want to do with it? So these things that I just listed, LoopNet, Bird Dog, and direct mail, brokers, people telling you about deals. But if they don't know you do anything, some of y'all quiet as kept. I don't even know y'all do real estate. A deal criteria. Everybody has their own. It's going to be different for different areas. So a lot of people look at cap rates. I do to a certain extent. Understand what that is. I look at percentage per dollar per door. Like somebody brought me something at $108,000 per door in the same area. I think it was about $108,000 per door. It was in the same area that I'm getting like $58,000 per door in the same type. So I was just like, ooh, I don't know about that. But hey, it's to each his own. Some units you want 2 beds, some you want 1 beds. Figure out where you are with that. So passive income. I bring up passive income because a lot of us want to make more money. A lot of y'all, still working a 9 to 5, and if you working a 9 to 5, you got to do this when you can. I don't care if you get off at 10 o'clock at night. You got to put some time in, family. There should be no day that goes past where you haven't put any time in. I don't care if it's 30 minutes. It doesn't matter. But don't go weeks without doing anything. And really, that's if you're serious. Now, if you just want to do it as a hobby, by all means, do it whenever you want to do it. That's up to you. So I look at, these are just general numbers. This is all things being perfect. 12 doors bringing in 2,400. That's just all things being perfect. And I know it's different for different areas. I can only go off of my area and what I've done. That's it. So as far as money is concerned, there's companies out there that will provide funding for commercial properties. A lot of people don't even know that they're out there because they're not speaking to a lot of people and opening. You got to open up and ask questions. So you see, CapEx is also available. You don't know what that is? Get in a book. Start understanding what we have our hands on. So a lot of people, when they come to me, they ask me, "Hey, I had one person. They was like, yeah, I wanna do some commercials. Send me what you got." And for me, that "send me what you got," that's kind of misleading to me. So I'm just like, okay, what's the area you're looking for? What are you looking for? Like, what's the price range? What's the cap rate? Those things, those are general. That's general. If somebody can't give you general information on what they're looking for, they are not serious. I've wasted too much time searching for this thing searching for things that probably don't even freaking exist because I've just let them try to control that, but they will no longer control it from me. They have to provide some documentation. Dang that. If you want something and you don't got no price range, I have a $1.3 billion asset that I will get to you. Please believe that. So how's your money secured? That's what you have to tell investors. Like, how are you securing their money? Nobody just wants to, well, we're going to throw some dice around and hope that it land on all, sevens and then we'll make it. We'll make it some type of way. It's not going to happen. You have to come off as a professional. They have to know that you are going to do what you say you're going to do. And so this is a part of it. This is what I do. So I don't know about everybody else. This is just me. So I'm just going to give y'all that insight. So the other thing is, who's on your team? What are you working on? That can make or break your deal. Somebody brought up that, just because you have a private management in place, that don't mean you can walk away from the deal. I never said you can walk away from a deal. And I never said that just because you have private management, everything is okay. You have to find people, just like you have to find a lawyer and everything like that. When I talk to people, it's all about, I'm listening to the investor. What do they want? What do you think they want? What do you need to know? Do you have your 30-second pitch ready for them? Because they're going to ask questions. And if you can't answer their questions, why should they invest with you? What's your investor's pitch? What are you doing? That's the key. That's what you need to be asking. Just, well, it doesn't work. They won't give up any money. Probably you're not ready to receive. Have you thought about that? You might not be ready to receive their money because you don't have the answers to their questions. You don't sound credible. So you need to know, you need to go to events. You need to have an exit strategy, an investor packet. Talk to everybody. I talk to everybody. And don't assume you know what these people want. I think a lot of us write people off, and it may not be their person. It may be their brother or their sister that have money just sitting around. I just met this lady. She got $2 million. This other guy, $500,000. Another guy, $200,000. Another guy was like, "Hey, can I invest with you?" And I met him at an event I went to because I told him what I do. I do commercial real estate. I grow money. That's what I do. And so people say, "Hey, well, what I need to do to invest with you?" Well, get in touch with me and let's have a conversation. Let's keep it simple. That's the best you can do. Tell people to get in touch with you and have a conversation. Don't try to go 1,000 miles into what you do at an event. That's not the time or the place. At least put your information out there, put out your business cards, and then just, follow back up. It's all about the follow-up. Go to lunch. Take them to lunch. Here's how you syndicate a deal. This is just some basic steps, y'all. You got to get the deal under contract. Not that that has to be the first step, but I do a lot of due diligence on deals. I'm forming an LLC through my lawyer. I'm not doing it. And it depends on, where you're getting your money. If you're going to need an SEC attorney or regular attorney, but you need to talk to your legal representation folks, your legal reps, to find out what you need to be doing. Don't just be jumping out there. And I see a lot of people just jumping out there hoping that things work out. And that's not a good look, family. That's not a good look. A lot of people don't want to talk about the legal stuff in this business. So you can actually sell shares of your LLC. People, you become the general partner. Everybody else becomes limited partners. And limited is limited for a reason. They don't have all the say to tell you, well, you're going to do this. It's not even about that. And I tell my investors straight up, they're not dictating, what I'm going to do with this particular deal. They're limited for a reason. I'm a general partner because I'm going to make the decisions. I didn't did all the work. All they're really doing is putting their money in, and they play a role in this. But to dictate, how we're gonna do everything, that's not gonna happen. Not on my watch. Somebody, if you want to do that, you can on yours. But this is, and it's always better because they are not the experts in doing what you're doing. You are the expert. You have to become the expert. You got to let them know that this is how it's going to be. That's just it. So then they send their money over, and then you start working from there. There is a lot more, like I say. But you can, why don't you, one way you can do it is go out and speak to some of these folks. Go out and speak to an attorney. If you go to any real estate event, I will guarantee somebody in there is going to have access to an attorney that has closed some deals. So you can just get their phone number, call them up. They're very busy people. Don't call them up with no bull crap now. Please don't just waste time. A lot of people try to waste these people's time, and you don't have any, you don't have any great questions. Even if you have to get with people who've closed deals just to get their insight first before you start talking to lawyers, because lawyers cost. They cost money, y'all, by the hour. So make sure you know what you're getting into before you get into it. That's all I'm saying. And so you get with them and make sure you have a better understanding. So 3 things we're going to need. We're going to need knowledge, and then you have to apply it. You're going to have to commit, family. You definitely going to have to commit. I mean, a lot of people kind of half doing it. And a lot of people I see asking these questions that I'm just like, are you seriously asking that? Like, are you serious? But I know it's a learning thing, but you have to do some of the due diligence yourself. Some of the learning has to come from you. The money's got to come from somewhere as well. It don't have to come from you, but it has to come from somewhere because there's no shortage of money. Say it with me. There's no shortage of money. There's no shortage of money. There is no shortage of money. There's just shortage of ideas. My name is Charles McCutcheon. I do real estate. I am real estate. I'm hungry. I'm about this life. I want everybody to win. I have a lot of knowledge in this industry only because I study my behind off. I really get into it. I'm in the weeds in a lot of this stuff only because I just want to learn. I don't want to be the smartest person. And you have people out there that need to be the smartest. And I see that when I post stuff on social media. Some people try to come back and, well, you don't, one guy said he's a seasoned real estate person. And I said, oh, great. Okay. All right. Sure. I don't know what that means. Somebody said they're a seasoned wholesaler. Okay. Great. Sounds cool to me. I'm just a guy out here learning my behind off, and I'm not taking no for an answer, and nobody can stop me. Y'all take it easy. I'm your favorite entrepreneur.